Hi, welcome to another lecture with me. My name is Kevash Barini, and in this lecture I'm going to show you how to download, install, configure and run Visual Studio Code on macOS machine, and after that we will write down a very simple Java program to connect it to MySQL database. So let's get started. First, let's search for Visual Studio Code on Google and press enter. We can go to code.visualstudio.com, open it. It says that download for macOS. Because now we are using macOS, so let's download the file for macOS. It's gonna download VSCode Darwin-Universal version, and then we can save it here. So if by any chance you want to download like other versions, you can click on the download link here. You can find out other versions for macOS, for Linux operating system, or for Windows operating system. So there are like other versions here, but we have already downloaded the universal version for our computer. Now let's go to our download folder, and then this is the zip file that we have downloaded. Let's double click on this zip file. It's gonna be extracted. Now I'm gonna delete this file. So this is the extracted file, Visual Studio Code application. So this is the application that we need to copy and paste it to our application folder. So you see application folder here in the left side. We need to drag and drop it here into this application folder. And then once we drag and drop it into our application folder, when we go to Launchpad and search for Visual Studio Code, it should be appeared here. And then once click on that icon, it says that Visual Studio Code is an app downloaded from the internet. Are you sure you want to open it? Yes, I'm sure, and then press on open. So now it says that this is the January 2025 version 1.97. This is the release note for this specific version. And there is a welcome page here. So let me close this one. There is a welcome page here. So we can also take a look at the welcome page, but at the moment I'm not interested in anything. It says that you can also log in. I don't want to log into any sources or any servers or any services at the moment. So I'm just gonna neglect these things. We are now in Visual Studio Code for macOS. In the left side, you can find out different icons. For example, Explore. In the Explore, you can find and you can open your specific project. You can clone a repository using Git commands and also connect to the GitHub repository. Or you can search for a specific text and do some source controls, and then run and debug your application here. And the fifth one, it's about the extension. So if you want to develop any application using any specific programming language, you need to install the extension for that specific language. In this example, I'm going to install an extension pack for Java. So I type extension pack for Java. So the first one is the extension pack for Java version 0.29.0 offered by Microsoft. So I'm gonna click on install to install this extension pack for Java offered by Microsoft. Now it's also gonna to automatically install IntelliCode and language support for Java, debugger for Java, Maven for Java, test runner for Java, project manager for Java, and also Gradle for Java. Let's close this window. Then we can go to Explore and create a Java project, for example. So previously we could see just open folder and also clone repository. Now you can see that there is like create Java project here. It says that you can also open a Java project folder. That's possible to create your Java project folder and then open it here. But now let's go from this side. Let's click on create Java project and then select the project type. What kind of project type would you like to use? It says that would you like to use Maven or Gradle or Spring Boot or any other of these. I don't want to use any of these, you know, project builders. I say no build tools. So I'm not gonna use any specific tool. And then I would like to go to downloads and then create a new folder. Let's call it Java projects, and then create. And now I can select Java project, and then it says that input the Java project name here. So I think I have created the Java project. Now we need to open it here. So let's go to downloads. This is the Java project. So I have just double click and opened this Java project on my Visual Studio. So you can see it. It appears here in the left side. So this is my Java project folder. Now it is possible to create a new project here. It says that new file, open file, clone Git repository, or connect to something else. I would like to create a new file, so let's click on new file here. And then it says that select file type or enter file name. As you can see here, it says new Java file project manager for Java, new Java project. I would like to create new Java file. So I click on new Java file. It names it main. We can change it, for example, to database or Java database 1, for example. So we have this public class Java database 1. Now I'm going to copy and paste the source code that I have already created here and explain the source code for you, and then try to run this application and connect it to the MySQL workbench to see how does this work. Okay, this is now the source code that I have implemented. If we run it, let's run this project. In the left side you can find out run and debug. When I click on this icon and then click on run and debug, look here at the bottom in the problems section. You can find out that it says it gives us an error message. It says that Java.sql.exception, no suitable driver found for JDBC MySQL localhost 3306/Sakila database. This error indicates that we need to download a specific driver to connect our Java application to our MySQL database. In order to do so, we have to download a jar file and then copy and paste it into the lib folder of our Java project, and then load it into this into our Java project and then run our Java application. So for this we have to go back to Google and search for this specific driver, or we need to specifically open the URL for that specific driver. I simply search for MySQL driver to connect Java to MySQL on macOS, and it will provide me the step-by-step instructions. If you scroll down, you should be able to find out a specific web page for MySQL download connector /J. So this is exactly the URL that we require to go to this URL and then try to download the specific driver that we need. So in that case, we go to select operating system. We click here. There are a bunch of operating systems here, but we are gonna use platform independent one. So we choose platform independent, and then we have a tar file and we have a zip file. So let's download the zip file. it asks us to log in or sign up. No thanks, just start my download, and then I'm gonna save this MySQL-connector-j-9.2.0.zip file into my downloads folder. So it downloads it there. Now if I go to my downloads folder, so I go to my downloads folder, look, this zip file is downloaded here. I'm gonna double click on my zip file to extract it, then delete this zip file. Now inside this folder, when we double click on this folder name, we go to MySQL-connector-j-9.2.0, we can find out MySQL-connector-j-9.2.0.jar file in this folder. So I'm gonna right click and then copy this file, go back here, because my Java project is here. I'm gonna create a new folder, call it lib, inside this Java project, and then paste this jar file into this lib folder. So now in my downloads, we have Java projects. Inside Java project, now I have Java database 1.java source code, and also we have lib, in which we have MySQL-connector, the latest version .jar file. So now let's go back to VS Code. So inside VS Code, we are now in the run mode, and then we can go to Explorer mode, and in the Explorer mode you can find out Java projects, and then library file, and then you can also, if you look at the end of this, you can find out Java projects, and then you see here, here you can find out referenced libraries. So if you click on referenced libraries on the plus button here, close to referenced libraries in the Java projects, within the folder of Java projects, so click on the plus button and then go to the library. Sorry, I need to click on this, go to library and choose MySQL connector.jar file, and then select jar library. So now I have selected this jar library and included into our referenced libraries. So this means that this jar file has been already included here into our library folder in our project. Now let's give it a try to see if it works, or we need to troubleshoot a little bit further. So in that case, we are going to back here into our project, run and debug. There we go. So it works because we downloaded the driver that is required for this, and then when we run it, it shows us all the data and metadata that are required for this. So it shows us actor ID, first name, last name, and also it shows all other like IDs and first names and last names, and the last one should be definitely number 200. This is number 200, Torah temple. So we could easily write down a Java application to connect it to our MySQL database. So let's take a look at this Java source code that I have written to show you how does this actually work. Here we go. We have Java.SQL connection. So you need to create connection if you want to connect to any databases. So Java.SQL.connection, you can use this connection. It's an objects database that is able to provide information, description, its table. This is basically a connection with a specific database. So if you want to create any connection, you need to import Java.SQL.connection into your Java source code. And then import Java.SQL.driver manager. This is also the basic service to managing a set of JDBC drivers. So if you want to use like any JDBC drivers to connect to any specific database management systems, then you need to import also this one here. Then we have SQL exception. If any exception occurs, this SQL exception is going to catch it. And then in the end, we need to have a statement, the object used for executing a static SQL statement and returning the results it produces. So the static means that, for example, we have select a star from actor. This is a static SQL statement that we have written inside the Java application. So then it will return like the data using the statement, and then you can store your statement into a result set, and then you can apply the result set using a while loop to go through all the data that are available in your result set, and then, for example, print them out or whatever you want to do with the data that you extract or retrieve. So the first step is to have your main method. Inside main method, you should have your URL, and then you need to create your URL connection. So this is URL string, sorry. So this is the URL string that I have created, JDBC : MySQL : /localhost : 3306/Sakila. So this means that we would like to connect to MySQL on our localhost using this port number, using this database name. And this is my username, and this is the password that I have created. And then we need to create two object instances of connection and of a statement. So I have created them here, and then inside the try, because the codes related to connection to the database is error prone. So we need to put all of these codes inside the try, and for the try we can have a catch to catch any specific exceptions that may occur. So in that case, we say driver manager.get connection. So we have already created these URL, username, and password here. So we first use a driver.get connection to create our connection, and then put the value into the connection object instance that we have created here. This means that we are going to initialize the value of connection here using this line, and then we go and use this connection to create our statement, and then store this or initialize the statement using this command. Then we say system.out.println actor ID first name and last name. This is the line that I have created to show our let's say metadata or information about the data. So this is this line. So actor ID first name and last name, I have created them using system.out.println to show that what are we going to show to the user. And then we can write down select a star from actor, so to retrieve all the data that is available for the actor table. Once you create your SQL, and then you can use your statement to execute your SQL, store it in a result set, and then once you have your result set, you can use a while loop to, for example, print out all the fields and all the columns that are available in your specific table. In that case, our table name is actor, so we have actor ID, we have first underline name, and also we have last underline name inside our actor table, inside our Sakila database. And then this is like the catch, SQL exception. We also have finally, we use finally to let's say close any specific connection and any specific statements if we opened them already. So when we run it again, so you should be able to see this connection. I don't see any issues here at the moment. So we can also search for MySQL, and then I'm gonna show you in MySQL. Let's connect to MySQL. Let's ignore this specific error message. So select a star from sakila.actor. If I run this query, as you can see here, it will show all the data related to this, for this query. And the last one is Torah temple. So in this query, I have removed the last column. That's why you don't see this last column in this query, because I didn't include last underline update column in my query. So here I just include actor ID, first name and last name. It is also possible to include like last update here in your query result to show it to your final user. So this is basically a very simple Java application, and to connect it to your MySQL database using a very simple Java application. I hope you enjoyed it. In the next video, I'm gonna create a Python application using VSCode to connect it to actor table using MySQL and Sakila database. See you later.